Hello, my friends. I think I have a fun little idea here. I want to do a trio of paintings on these 6x6 inch canvases of the primary colors, blue, yellow, and red, and going to do flip cups and a drop of silicone and see what kind of cells I get. Now, I'm not using my usual tried and true cell recipe because I'm missing one of the ingredients, but I have some of this left over. I'm not crazy about this pouring medium, but I had about that much left. I added the rest of some golden pouring fluid and some Liquitex, and I shook it all together. So I don't know what appearance of cells we'll get, but we shall see. So I'm going to start with a blue and see if this works. So I'll just put these aside for now. Just start with the blue one. I've mixed up the colors, and if it works, then I'll pause and mix up the other ones and do the other two. But these are the colors. I just kept it real simple. I used Brilliant Blue, and then I did Brilliant Blue with some metallic black to come up with this wonderful. I hope you can see how gorgeous that is. It's a beautiful deep, deep blue with a bit of sheen to it. So that's also Artist Loft. I love adding metallic black to colors. Just a little bit goes a long way, and you create some really wonderful new colors. And then I have Sky Blue, Master's Touch, and then white with a little bit of sky blue. So I really only used, well, I used 4 colors, but only 2 main colors to come up with these 4. So I'm going to add 1 drop of silicone. I just got this silicone on eBay years and years ago. It's just treadmill belt lubricant. It's not even a brand name. I just looked up 100% silicone, and that's what I came up with. It was cheap, and you know, a little goes a long way. I've had this, as I said, for years. So I'm going to add just 1 drop to the lighter of the blues, and I'm going to stir it in well. And see what happens. Put my other glove on. So I'm going to use this 5-ounce cup. You know, I can't really give you the recipe as far as the pouring medium goes. It's, as I said, it's a combination of several, but I did it 1 to 1, and then I added a little bit of water to some of them. They were on the thick side. So here we go. I'll do 2 layers of each color. I love that one. I kind of like doing alternating dark light, but it's a flip cup, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Alrighty. I hope this works. I think it could be a really cute little trio of paintings to hang at the show. Okay. And here we go. I've got them all nicely taped off on the back. And let's see, I got my torch here. and flip. I'll run it through there to make it a little more interesting, perhaps. All right, hit with the torch, and hopefully we'll see, we should see a bunch of cells. Yes, there they are. And look how cute they are at this point. Now we'll tilt to get coverage and to stretch those cells out, make them a little bigger. They're nice and round right now. It'll be interesting to see if they retain their nice shape or if they go all wonky on me. My usual recipe for cells, which I like, is glue and Liquitex pouring medium. You can check out my playlist, which I'll link at the end of the video, for the recipe. Some videos with, yeah, these turned out pretty good, but I could never duplicate this recipe again because, you know, that was a bunch of leftover mediums. But that's pretty good looking. It's not as blue as I was hoping. You know, it's kind of, I mean, it's in the blue family, but yeah, but I don't dislike it. I've got pretty good coverage all around and on the sides. Any voids I have, like in the corners and anywhere that missed, when it's dry, I'll fill in with solid color. I could hit it again with the torch. Let's do that and see what else, what more we get. All right, that was pretty cute. All right, I'm going to pause here. I'm going to mix up the red and yellows and come back and pour the other two canvases. Okay, I've mixed my reds and yellows, so I can do it all in one shot here. Yellows are tricky, as are the reds, because there aren't so many different variations of yellow, or they're so similar. So I went with a gold for fun, metallic, and then I mixed a primary yellow, and then lemon yellow is so similar in value and color to the primary yellow that I mixed a white and added just a little bit of the lemon yellow for a very, very pale yellow. And then I needed a dark. So I went with yellow oxide. And it wasn't dark enough. I really need a dark yellow, so I added a bit of burnt umber, just a touch, to darken it up sufficiently so I have a decent range of value, a darker one. I didn't want to add the black, because if I added black to the yellow ochre, I'd come up the green, and I did want to keep it in the yellow family, and burnt umber is actually part of the yellow family, and so that's what I used to darken. And I did add 1 drop of silicone and mixed it in well to the 2 middle ones there. And let's give it a go. When I'm all done, I will bring them all forward so we can look at them all. Let's see, I'll start with the dark. I'll go with a gold. I think most of you know I live near an Air Force base, so if I have my window open like I do today, there's often a lot of you know, air noise. What am I trying to say? You can hear the flights. We're in the flight path on the way to Vandenberg Air Force Base, or Space Force Base, it's now called. Okay. Anything left? I'm going to scrape the golden yellow. I think I have enough of the dark yellow. Okay. I don't know. And here we go. That could be pretty. The blue will look more blue, and the yellow will look more yellow, and the red more red when they're side by side. Cute. I love these chunky little canvases. I think they're so cute. I got them at the sale at Michael's, buy one, get two free. All right, that's good. I'll hit it with a torch again. All right, I'm happy with that one. Let's move on to red. Okay, now the red, again, the reds are reds, you know. It's hard to find variation in them. So the first one I used was Brilliant Red, Artist Loft, and it's very much, I mean, it's red, but it looks orangey red to me. So then I mixed metallic red, which has got a bit of a pink cast to it, but it's definitely the red family. Then, because I didn't want to use that Brilliant Red, and another what I consider kind of an orangey red, I tried Primary Red by Soho, and I added a bit of metallic black to it, and of course I got a dark red, kind of red violet like. So that's my darkest value, and then I used this same red to add to it a little bit of white, and I knew, of course, I would get pink, and I had to use that as my light value. And I added the silicone to the light one, and I think that red, doesn't really matter. I know it wasn't that one, it was one of those two. So let's get to it. I'll go with the metallic next. That's sufficient. I'm not going to scrape that one out. Metallic. Pink. And brilliant red. And here we go. I like flipping, but this canvas is so tiny, might as well go the easy route, right? Oops. Oh well. All right. Torch. Looks like a pair of lips there right now. I hope I added a drop of silicone to one of those other ones. I honestly don't remember doing it. Because I added it to the light and I stirred, and I don't remember. Oh well, it looks like there's plenty of cell action happening. Let me wipe this off. Not that it's going to make a difference, but oh my gosh. They made it worse. Okay. And here we go. I can scrape any of this out here. Kind of would like to save that red corner. There's always more in the cup, right? Not nearly as many cells in this one. But I think some more will come up when I torch it. Okay. I think I only put it in one of the colors because it just doesn't have the amount that the others do, but it's okay. All right, let's put them side by side and see how they look as a set. I'll just leave that one in the center. I'll move the yellow first. And blue. Well, it's kind of cute. Let me bring you in for a closer look at these pieces. I don't know why I thought that one, the blue didn't look that blue before, but it does now, certainly. And the red. It's interesting, even with the limited cells. It's good. I like the yellow. I was hesitant about that dark yellow, but I think it helped a lot. I'm happy with the way that looks. And when they're dried and with the shiny varnish on them, maybe even resin, be easy to resin something this size. I think they'll make a darling little set. I'd probably sell them all as a set. Okay, my friends, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.